All right, it's 10 minutes. Stop writing. So, people who are listening to this recorded session, so what we did was we went to page 472, no calculator section, and students had 10 minutes to do as many questions on the no calculator section. So, I want you guys to do the same thing. And then of course you can continue with the what the class is going to proceed with, but I just want to make sure that you I just stopped the recording and maybe have missed a few seconds of it before I restarted the recording, so just want to make sure you're clear about it. So again, we are on page 472, no calculator section. Now, also, I would asked the students to, you'll have to tell me how many questions you completed in the first 10 minutes. So we'll start with Christian.
13.
Sophie.
11.
Daniel. 9. Okay. Matthew.
13.
13. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Kirtana.
11.
Roshan.
11.
Andrew. Josh. Okay. Rohan.
12.
12. Okay. Pur.
All but 16.
All but 16. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is, of course, we're gonna give the next 10 minutes. But before that, I would like you guys to go back to the original test, which is what we had asked me questions on. It's on page number 74, 75. We're gonna go to question number 27, 25, and 28. So I want to make sure that I explain these in detail. If you're ready to go back to these pages, just do a thumbs up and I will start explaining. Okay, good, thank you. So let's get started here on 27. So in 27, they're saying a pediatrician office collects data on the heights, and there's a best fit line here. And they're saying for the patient that is exactly 8 years old, which of the following best estimates the percent increase from its actual height to the height that model predicts? Okay, so what I did was I went to 8 years old, drew like a vertical line. So there is a this is the best fit line, which is the height is showing 50, and at this particular point the height is 40, which is the original height. Remember, this is the model height, this is the original one. So what's the question they're asking is estimates the percent increase from actual height to the height that the model predicts. So there is an increase of 10, 50 minus 40. Always remember, when you do the percent increase, you always do the difference in the increase, which is 10 in this case, divided by the original height or the original amount, which is 40 in this case. So this is where people make mistakes. They go at 50. No, that's the predicted model. This is the original amount. 10 divided by 40 is 25%. Let me know who asked this question and if this is clear now.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, all right. 25 is really is an important one, and I want to ask this question: how many got 25 correct without guessing? And I really mean it. When this is something many people get it just by fluke. Okay, 25 is a direct topic, problem from law of similar triangles. So there is a lot to learn for you guys today. So listen up. So this is the system of triangles they gave in the problem. Okay. MPN here, and then there's a NOL here. These two lines are parallel. Okay. Oh, sorry, they didn't give that. So I'm sorry, they didn't. I'm sorry. So they're asking, what is the value of X here, which is the NO distance? That's what they're asking. So the first thing I did was they put NP as 7, so I did that one. NL as 18, so I have this one. But there is a relation between NO and MN here, that if this is X, MN is 1 less than 3 times of NO. So if this is X, MN is 3X minus 1. So I got these dimensions into this system of triangles. That's the easy one. But the interesting part is, how do you solve it? To solve this problem, you have to know the congruency of this. They are not saying these lines are parallel here. That would have made our life a lot easier. They are saying triangle MLN is congruent to, this is an official symbol of congruency, by the way, congruent to NPO. So MLN is congruent to NPO. So it's not matching in terms of the directionality of it, because when you do the congruency, it has to exactly match angle to angle. M to O, L to P, of course N is the common one, N to N. So what I did was I drew the main big triangle MLN, and put those dimensions here, 3x minus 1 and 18 here, 3x minus 1 and 18. Then I drew the triangle NPO such a way that angle L and P are congruent, so the L and the P are congruent. So I'm writing in the same way, so that I can match them. This angle and this angle are congruent. Of course, N is the congruency already because the common point. Then angle M and O are congruent. By doing so, you're comparing two similar triangles exactly based on the congruency they have given. You can't go with this. You cannot just say, hey, this angle P and this angle N are congruent, so I'm just going to go with it. Yeah, you sure can, but you're taking a chance if you don't draw this way. Law of similar triangles is a very hot topic in SAT, and usually end up having to draw them like this, so you're matching them. Once you draw them, you're basically comparing apples to apples. 3x minus 1 over 18, 3x minus 1 over 18 is x over 7, so apples to apples comparison here. And then cross multiply, solve for x, you get x as 7/3. So, but this is not a problem where you just shimmy down and just write something. This needed a lot of steps. This needs a lot of attention. Now I'm going to stop for a few seconds here and see if you have any questions. If I were to you, I would ask questions on this. This is a hot topic.
Could you explain again how you got from, you know how you wrote those two triangles to the equation?
Okay, so when you have the congruency established, that means M to O is established, L to P is established, and N to N is established based on the congruency they have given, then it's all about the ratio. 3x minus 1 of this side to the 18, to this one, is equal to the same sides. This is 3x minus 1, this side is x, same side. This is 18, this side is 7, x over 7, law of proportions.
Okay, thank you.
I want all students to do this problem 2 times. Go. Either if you want to look at it and solve it, or if you just want to do it on your own, I would like all of you to do this problem 2 times. All right. Now we go to 28. I'm going to read the question here for 28. A certain box is the width that is 2 inches more than its length and the height that is 5 inches less than its length. If each of the two smallest faces of the box has an area of 36 square inches, what is the volume of the box? Any geometric questions statement must be converted to a geometrical shape, and you have to draw the shape. So this is your rectangular box because it's not symmetrical. Length is L, width is 2 inches more, so L plus 2, and height is 5 inches less, length minus 5. You have to establish this. That's your first step. Second step, there are two small, so they're also saying if each of the two smallest faces, so well this and this will produce the smallest area because this will be larger, so this area, which is length times L minus 5, which is length times height, is equal to 36 because each area is 36. Then you set up you just FOIL it. L squared minus 5L is 36. Then you bring 36 on this side to get into a quadratic equation, and you factorize it. L minus 9 times L plus 4 is equal to 0. So L is equal to 9, or length is equal to negative 4. Length cannot be a negative number, so you have to go with 9. The question is not about length. They're asking what is the volume of the box. So you have to plug those values back here. So this becomes 11. This is 9. This is 4. 4 times 9 times 11 is 396, is the volume of the box. Questions?
Could you just move the board on the right side just a little bit closer?
Like this?
Like toward the screen a little bit? I can't see the diagram clearly.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Yes, yes.
I understand how you got the length and the. Oh wait, actually, never mind. I just answered my own question.
Good. Good. All right. So of course, I still have to answer a couple more questions from the previous test. I believe you guys have asked me still 30 and 31, so I'll take care of that one. Meanwhile, what we're gonna do is we are gonna go to another 10 minutes, and I expect all of you to be done with all the 17 questions. If you're done with the 17 questions, start doing the thumbs up so I start getting a rough idea who's done and who's not. So go back to that test on page 472, please. Again, students who are almost done with this one, just don't waste your time. I would like you guys to actually go back and check every question. So it's very important to get a good score. As I always mention, the margin of error is very low. All right, your 10 minutes starts now. stopping at 10 minutes here. Do a thumbs up if you're done with all 17 questions. I'm hoping all of you are done, or pretty close to at least. So I have Daniel and Kirtana. You guys have not done?
I have one question.
Okay, Daniel is two. Okay. Ideally, this is what we want is our students to be done around 18 minutes or 19 minutes, the whole thing, so that the remaining 6 minutes or so, you can review it. So you want to make a mental memory of this, that we need to work on the timing on this one. Okay? Next. Go and open this book and tell me what was the homework from this book the first week.
There's 4, 5, and 6.
Okay. So your homework will be 7, 8, 9. And again, you have almost good 2 weeks to complete it. So next week will be again Ryan. So expect you guys to be done with 7, 8, 9. Okay? That's the homework from this book. Next. Let's go to the previous test. We have to go through question 30 and 31. Okay. So ready? Okay. So the question is, in a certain marathon, 45% of the runners were men and the rest were women. The official timekeeper determined that 64% of the men and 68% of the women completed the marathon in under 4 hours. First question is, what percent of the runners who completed the marathon in under 4 hours were women? So whenever you do any problems on percent, I'll always start with 100. Simple. So let's say we have 100 runners, 45 will be men, and 55 will be women or female. That's the first easy step. Deal with numbers once you have the percents. And they're saying 64% of the men completed the race in 4 hours. 64%. So what I did was, I take 64% of 45, which is 28.28 men completed the race in 4 hours. Same thing for women. 68% of the female completed the race under 4 hours, which is 37.4 female. So the question is, what percent of the runners who completed the marathon, these are the people who did complete the marathon in under 4 hours, were women? So it is 37.4 female runners under 4 hours divided by the total number of runners who were under 4 hours, which is 37.4 female and 28.8, which is 56.5% of the runners who are women who complete the race under 4 hours. This is a very good question. Many times people get it wrong. This is the best way to do this. Any questions on this? Okay. Well, when you do this question, this next one is easy, because the next one is, they're saying what percent of the runners complete the marathon under 4 hours. Well, we already have calculated how many are there, which is 28.8 and 37.4 female. This is how many completed less than 4 hours, divided by the total runners, which is 100, because they're asking percent of the runners, which is 66.2%. Any questions on these two? All right. Hopefully this is helping you guys. So we go back to the test on page 472, and I'll be reading out the answers for the without calculator section. Okay. And if you have not completed it, we're going to treat this as wrong just for this particular instance. Okay. So I'm going to be starting in next 10 seconds to read the no calculator answers. All right, here you go. C, B, C, BDA.
Excuse me? I kind of lost the page.
Okay, we are on page 473. All right, no worries. Let's get started. I'm going to start from scratch here, okay? CBC, BDA, ABD, CCA, and 13 is D, 14 is 36, 15 is 3, 16 is 24, and 17 is 2. How many got all correct? 1, that's good. 1 wrong. 1, Rohan, Matthew, okay. 3 people, that's really good. That's really good. 2 wrong. 2 wrong. 3 wrong. Okay. 1, 2, okay. Okay, all right. Again, I would not like to discuss this test anymore right now because we still have with calculator sections to go. But you have the homework clearly mentioned. We have gone through this part of the test. Next week will be Ryan. Again, I'll pass that message about the reading. And I hope you guys will start putting the effort. We are left with almost a month for the PSAT. October 11th is what I'm expecting, or around that one. So hopefully the class is helping you guys. It's I don't hear much feedback from you guys. Would appreciate anything. I really hope so, because this is what it's meant to be. So take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.